Most people think drinking 8 glasses of plain water a day is the gold standard of health. And honestly, I used to tell my patients the same thing. But here's what I stopped saying, and what most doctors don't take the time to explain. Drinking more water doesn't automatically mean your body is detoxing more efficiently. There's a difference between being hydrated and actually flushing toxins from your system the way your body was designed to. And there's one simple thing, something sitting in most kitchens right now, that can change how effectively your water actually works inside your body. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll never look at your morning glass of water the same way again. Let me ask you something. Do you wake up tired, even after a full night of sleep? Does your stomach feel heavy, bloated, like something just isn't moving the way it should? Have you noticed your skin breaking out more than usual? Or your urine looking darker than it should with a stronger smell than you'd expect? Here's what most people do when they notice these signs. They drink more coffee, they push through the fatigue, they blame stress or aging or just having a bad week. But I want you to stop for a second, because in my years working in emergency medicine and in preventive care, I've seen something that most people don't realize until it becomes a crisis. These symptoms, they're not random. Your body is not sending you random signals. Every one of those signs, the fatigue, the bloating, the brain fog, the dull skin, they are your body's biological alarm system. And it's telling you something specific. Your detox pathways are overwhelmed, not broken, not failing permanently, overwhelmed. And that is a very fixable problem if you catch it early. The trouble is, most people don't. They ignore the signals, they manage the symptoms with caffeine and antacids. And they keep doing the one thing they think is healthy, drinking plain water, without realizing that water alone may not be enough to get your detox system working at full capacity. That's what we're going to fix today. We are on the goal to reach 1,000 subscribers, and you can help us achieve that if you subscribe now. Let me explain what's actually happening inside your body. And I'm going to make this as clear as I possibly can, because understanding this changes everything. Your body has a built-in detoxification system. It's actually one of the most sophisticated biological systems ever studied. And it runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, completely without your conscious input. The two major players? Your liver and your kidneys. Think of your liver as the processing plant. Every single thing that enters your body, every meal, every drink, every environmental chemical you breathe in, every medication you take, it all passes through the liver first. The liver identifies what's useful, what needs to be transformed, and what needs to be packaged for elimination. It's running thousands of biochemical reactions every single minute. Now, your kidneys are the filtration system. Picture 2 fist-sized organs sitting at the back of your abdomen, and they're filtering your entire blood supply approximately every 30 to 40 minutes, every hour, all day. They pull out waste products, balance electrolytes, regulate your fluid levels, and send everything your body doesn't need out through urine. It's an extraordinary system, truly extraordinary. But here's where the problem starts. This system, as powerful as it is, was designed to work under specific conditions. Certain chemical environments inside your body allow these organs to work efficiently. And certain habits that are incredibly common in modern life, throw those conditions off balance. When that happens, the processing slows down. Waste products that should be exiting your body begin to accumulate. Inflammatory compounds start to build up in your tissues. Your cells, which should be receiving clean, oxygenated blood, start operating in a slightly toxic environment. And that's when you start feeling it. That sluggish feeling, that mental fog, that skin that just won't clear up, that fatigue that doesn't respond to sleep. Your body's pipes are partially clogged. And plain water, as helpful as it is, can only do so much. Now, I want to be clear with you. I'm not here to frighten you, but I am here to be honest with you. Because in emergency medicine, I've seen where this road leads when people wait too long. In the ER, we don't usually see people come in because their liver is suddenly failing from nowhere. We see people come in after months, sometimes years, of ignored signals. The fatigue that was just stress. The persistent bloating that was probably IBS. The skin issues that were blamed on hormones. By the time they reach a critical stage, we're dealing with a system that has been under strain for a very long time. And the hardest part of my job, the conversations I find most difficult, are the ones where a patient looks at me and says, "I noticed something was off months ago. I just thought it would go away." It doesn't always go away. Chronic toxic burden in the body, even at subclinical levels, is now being linked by researchers to systemic inflammation, accelerated cellular aging, disrupted hormonal signaling, and compromised immune function. That's not a small deal. That's your whole system. And the good news, genuinely good news, is that the liver and kidneys are remarkably adaptable organs. They respond. They regenerate under the right conditions. They can increase their efficiency when you give them the right support. The question is, are you giving them that support? I've been practicing medicine for over a decade, with my background rooted in emergency care and, more recently, preventive medicine. I made that shift from emergency to prevention because I grew tired of seeing people arrive at crisis points that could have been avoided. I wanted to start the conversation earlier, before the ER visit, before the diagnosis, before the damage is done. And that's what this channel is about. Not fear, not miracle cures, just the science of keeping your body working the way it was designed to work, so that you never have to see the inside of an emergency room. What I'm about to share with you is simple. It costs almost nothing, and it works with your body's own systems rather than against them. Here's what most people, and honestly, even many general practitioners, don't explain when they tell you to drink more water. Water is essential for detoxification. Absolutely essential. Without adequate hydration, your kidneys literally cannot filter waste efficiently. Your liver cannot complete the second phase of its detoxification process. Your lymphatic system, which is another critical drainage network, practically stagnates. But here's the part that gets overlooked. The effectiveness of water as a detox tool depends heavily on what you pair it with. Plain water enters your system and does important work. But certain compounds, specific organic acids, enzymes, and phytonutrients can actively upregulate your liver's detoxification enzymes. They can increase bile flow. They can enhance kidney filtration. They can change the pH environment in your gut in ways that make elimination faster and more complete. In other words, you can make your water dramatically more functional, not by drinking more of it, but by making it smarter. And the ingredient that does this better than almost anything else in the research literature? It's been sitting in your kitchen this whole time. Fresh lemon juice. Now let's get into the science, because this isn't about folklore or old wives' tales. There are specific, well-documented biological mechanisms at work here. Lemon juice contains a high concentration of citric acid and a compound called D-limonene, which is found primarily in the peel but also present in the juice itself. Research has shown that D-limonene has a measurable effect on phase 1 and phase 2 liver detoxification enzymes, the specific enzymatic pathways your liver uses to neutralize and package toxic compounds for elimination. Think of these phases like a two-step processing system. Phase 1 breaks toxic compounds down into intermediate forms. Phase 2 then neutralizes those intermediates and prepares them for excretion. If phase 1 works without adequate phase 2 support, you can actually end up with more harmful intermediate compounds sitting in your tissues. D-limonene helps accelerate phase 2, which means the whole cycle becomes more complete and more efficient. Here's something that surprises most people. Lemon juice, despite being acidic outside the body, has an alkalizing effect once metabolized. The citric acid is broken down during digestion, and its byproducts actually reduce urinary acidity. Why does that matter? Your kidneys function most efficiently in a slightly alkaline urinary environment. When urine becomes too acidic, which happens commonly with high-protein diets, processed foods, and chronic dehydration, the kidneys work harder to filter waste, and certain compounds become harder to excrete. An alkalizing morning drink helps optimize the kidney's filtration environment, allowing waste products to be flushed more effectively. Your liver doesn't only filter blood. It also produces bile, a substance that flows into your digestive system and plays a critical role in breaking down fats, eliminating cholesterol, and carrying fat-soluble toxins out of the body through your stool. The sour taste and acidity of lemon juice, specifically consumed in the morning on an empty stomach, acts as a cholagogue. That's a medical term for a substance that stimulates bile flow from the gallbladder. Better bile flow means better fat digestion, better elimination of fat-soluble waste compounds, and less likelihood of bile becoming sluggish and stagnant, a condition that can contribute to gallstone formation over time. Lemon juice is a concentrated source of vitamin C, ascorbic acid, and vitamin C plays a specific role in detoxification that often goes unmentioned. It acts as a powerful antioxidant that neutralizes reactive oxygen species, what most people call free radicals, that are produced as byproducts of the liver's detoxification process itself. In other words, when your liver is breaking down toxins, that process generates oxidative stress as a side effect. Vitamin C acts as a buffer, absorbing that oxidative stress and protecting your liver cells from damage while they're doing their job. 4 distinct mechanisms, all working simultaneously, all from one simple ingredient. That's not a coincidence. That's biochemistry. Let me briefly mention the research foundation here because I want you to understand this isn't just anecdotal. Studies published in journals focused on gastroenterology and hepatology have documented the hepatoprotective, that means liver protecting, effects of citrus flavonoids, including those found in lemon juice. Research from institutions examining Phase 1 and Phase 2 liver enzyme activity has consistently shown that compounds in citrus fruits can modulate these pathways in measurable ways. A study examining the effects of citrus supplementation on oxidative stress markers found significant reductions in indicators of cellular damage in subjects who consumed citrus extracts over a 12-week period. Research on urinary citrate, a byproduct of citric acid metabolism, has shown that increased dietary citrate intake meaningfully reduces urinary acidity and is associated with lower risk of kidney stone formation, suggesting improved overall kidney filtration conditions. And multiple nutritional research reviews have highlighted the role of vitamin C as a cofactor in collagen synthesis and immune regulation, both of which are relevant to how well your body manages and repairs tissue that has been under toxic stress. Now, I'll be clear, I am not telling you that lemon water cures disease. What the research tells us is that the compounds in lemon juice actively support specific, well-defined biological processes involved in detoxification. That's a meaningful, clinically relevant distinction. Here's exactly what to do. Simple, specific, actionable. Every morning within 10 to 15 minutes of waking up, before coffee, before breakfast, before anything else, prepare the following. Take 1 full glass of warm water. Not boiling, not cold, warm. Roughly body temperature or slightly above, approximately 250 to 300 milliliters, or about 10 ounces. Squeeze in the juice of half a fresh lemon, not bottled lemon juice, fresh. Bottled versions are often pasteurized and may have reduced enzyme activity and lower vitamin C content. That's it. Drink it slowly, over about 5 minutes if you can. Cold water first thing in the morning can cause the digestive system to contract, slowing down early gut motility. Warm water, on the other hand, helps stimulate peristalsis, the wave-like muscular contractions that move things through your digestive tract. It creates an optimal environment for bile release and early digestive activation. Because when your stomach is empty, the lemon's active compounds reach your digestive lining directly, without competing with food for absorption. Bile stimulation is also more effective when there's no food present to dilute the signal. This gives you a therapeutic dose of citric acid, D-limonene, and vitamin C without overwhelming your stomach or creating excessive acidity. Half a lemon per glass is the dose that appears most consistently in research as both effective and well tolerated by most people. After your lemon water, wait at least 20 to 30 minutes before eating breakfast. This allows the bile stimulation cycle to complete and your digestive system to fully activate before food arrives. Do this every day. Consistency is everything here. Now let's make this even more powerful. Because while morning lemon water is the cornerstone, there are 3 additional habits that will amplify your body's detox capacity significantly. Most people drink water reactively, when they're already thirsty. But thirst is actually a late-stage signal of dehydration. By the time you feel thirsty, your kidneys are already working under suboptimal conditions. Instead, practice proactive hydration. Drink a glass of water before each meal, not during, not after, before. This primes your kidneys for their filtration work, improves bile consistency, and ensures your liver has adequate fluid to complete its biochemical processes throughout the day. Target at least 6 to 8 glasses daily, spread evenly from morning to early evening. Reducing intake after 7 p.m. gives your kidneys a rest period during sleep when your body focuses on cellular repair rather than active filtration. Here's one that genuinely surprises people. Dietary fiber plays a direct role in detoxification, not just digestion. Certain fibers, particularly soluble fiber from oats, flaxseed, and legumes, bind to bile acids in the intestines. This is critical because bile, as we discussed, carries fat-soluble toxins out of the liver. If those toxins are not bound and captured by fiber, they can be reabsorbed through the gut wall and returned to circulation, essentially recycled back into your system. Fiber binds them, carries them all the way through, and eliminates them through stool. That's a complete detox cycle. Add one high-fiber food to each meal, and you're actively closing that loop. Even 10 to 15 minutes of gentle physical activity, a walk, light stretching, or yoga, in the morning has documented effects on lymphatic flow. Your lymphatic system, unlike your cardiovascular system, has no pump. It relies entirely on muscle movement to circulate. When you move, lymphatic fluid flows. When you're sedentary, it stagnates. A sluggish lymphatic system means immune waste products, cellular debris, and inflammatory compounds accumulate in your tissues rather than being transported to lymph nodes for processing and elimination. Morning movement, even minimal, restarts that circulation. Combine this with your lemon water, and you've created a comprehensive morning detox routine that works on liver, kidney, gut, and lymphatic levels simultaneously. I want to spend a moment on this because this is important from a clinical standpoint. If you have active gastric ulcers or severe acid reflux, GERD, the citric acid in lemon juice, while ultimately alkalizing through metabolism, may irritate an already inflamed gastric lining before digestion occurs. If you have known ulcer disease or significant reflux, speak with your physician before adopting this habit. You may need to start with a more diluted preparation or avoid it temporarily. If you are on certain medications, lemon juice can, in some cases, affect the absorption or metabolism of specific medications, particularly certain statin drugs, blood pressure medications, and immunosuppressants, through enzyme pathway interactions. If you are on regular prescription medications, a brief conversation with your doctor or pharmacist about potential interactions is appropriate before making this a daily habit. If you notice significant tooth sensitivity, the citric acid in lemon juice can, over time, affect tooth enamel if teeth are repeatedly exposed to it. A simple solution: drink your lemon water through a straw or rinse your mouth with plain water immediately after. Do not brush your teeth for at least 30 minutes after consuming lemon water. Brushing on acidified enamel accelerates wear. These are precautions, not prohibitions. For the vast majority of healthy adults, morning lemon water is completely safe and genuinely beneficial. But medicine is individual. Know your own history. Let me tell you what to realistically expect, because managing expectations correctly is part of keeping you committed to this long enough to actually see results. Days 1 to 7. You may notice improved gut motility, meaning things move more comfortably through your digestive tract. Some people experience slightly increased urination in the first week as their kidneys respond to improved hydration and citrate levels. You might notice a subtle shift in energy, especially in the mornings. Weeks 2 to 4. Skin changes often begin to emerge in this window. Clearer complexion, reduced inflammation-related breakouts. Digestion tends to feel more consistent. Morning fatigue may begin to lift noticeably. Weeks 4 to 8. This is where the liver and kidney level changes become more apparent. Urinary odor and color often normalize. Many people report sustained improvements in mental clarity and energy levels. These are signs of systemic change, not just surface-level responses. Beyond 8 weeks, the benefits compound. Consistent daily habits produce cumulative biological optimization. This isn't a short-term cleanse. It's a long-term recalibration. Patience is not passive. Every morning you do this, you are actively supporting one of the most complex and vital systems in your body. Let me bring this full circle. Your body is not failing you. It is communicating with you. Every symptom I described at the beginning of this video, the fatigue, the bloating, the brain fog, the skin issues, the dark urine, these are not random. They are specific biological signals from organs that are working hard under suboptimal conditions. Plain water is essential, but plain water alone may not be enough to optimize the detox pathways that your liver and kidneys run every single day. Adding fresh lemon juice to warm water every morning, consumed on an empty stomach, consistently over weeks, provides your body with citric acid for bile stimulation, D-limonene for liver enzyme support, vitamin C as an antioxidant buffer, and an alkalizing environment that makes kidney filtration more efficient. Combine that with proactive hydration timing, adequate dietary fiber, and light morning movement, and you've built a morning protocol that works with your body's biology, not against it. This is not complicated. It does not require expensive supplements, specialty products, or dramatic lifestyle overhauls. It requires consistency, patience, and the willingness to listen to what your body is already trying to tell you. Your body can repair itself. Under the right conditions, it does so constantly and remarkably. Your job is to give it the right conditions. This is one of the simplest places to start. Watch your body closely over the next few weeks. Notice how you feel in the mornings. Notice your energy. Notice your digestion. Notice your skin. Notice your mental clarity. Your body tells you everything if you're paying attention. Most people ignore these signals until they can't anymore. You're choosing to pay attention now. That's the most important decision you can make for your long-term health. If this helped you today, if it gave you something practical, something science-grounded, something you're actually going to try, then hit the like button. It genuinely helps more people find this information. And if you want to keep learning how to support your body before problems become crises, subscribe. Because that's what this channel is for. Practical medicine. Real biology. Information your doctor wishes they had more time to explain. Until next time, take care of your body. It's the only one you have. I'm Dr. Maya. Stay well.